The thing about superhero castings, it's never the person you actually think. At least it wasn't like Zack Snyder's Batman. Remember they had a list of people and it turned out to be someone completely different and actually the better candidate, Ben Affleck. Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix. My name is Chris Wong. Today we get a first look at Injustice. James Gunn actually has a comment about superhero movies. Once again, Dwayne The Rock Johnson hypes up Black Adam. And finally, Batgirl. Who is our new Batgirl? And which universe is she in? Let's get with Injustice! Oh my god, I can't wait for this animated movie. I am a huge fan of Injustice Gods Among Us. I love the video games. I love the comic series. I'm really looking forward to this animated movie. Now, I wish it was an animated series though, because I don't think you can actually compact all that stuff into a single movie. But, DC animated movies have been really good so far. So here's our first look at Injustice. And I'm liking the art. I really do. Now, maybe I would prefer it to be CG, but because I guess that's what I'm used to for the video games, but I'm also used to that 2D style for the comics as well. I can't wait to see this as a trailer though, so hurry up with that. But they also released the entire voice cast for this movie. And it's huge! Look at all these people! Wow! The one name that stands out to me is like Superman. Wait, who's playing Superman? Justin Hartley! Sorry, Tom Welling, but your bro, Justin Hartley, guy who played Oliver Queen on Smallville, has just become Superman. What a glow up! All that aside, I'm probably expecting this to be maybe like a 70 to 90 minute film. I'd be surprised if it was a 2-hour film. I almost wish it was like Jay Oliva's Dark Knight Returns Part 1 and Part 2. They should really do this. Injustice Part 1, Injustice Part 2. Because this is an extensive, expansive story. And it really should be captured in a big way. Like all the other DC animated movies are adapted from the comics or a series of comics, it's never the same as the actual comic. Now, James Gunn has the Suicide Squad, which is coming out very soon, in a matter of weeks, on August 6th. He had some interesting comments about the superhero genre, something that he's been in for a while now. In a recent interview with the Irish Times, the Guardians of the Galaxy director shared that he thinks the genre needs to change things up. He had this to say: "We know about the way cowboy films went and the way war films went. I don't know. I think you don't have to be a genius to put 2 and 2 together and see that there's a cycle to those sorts of films, and that the only hope for the future of the comic book and superhero films is to change them up. They're really dumb. And they're mostly boring for me right now." That's an interesting comment from a person who did 2 Guardians of the Galaxy movies, is about to do the 3rd Guardians of the Galaxy movie, and he's also tackling the Suicide Squad and possibly other DC projects as well. Despite his somewhat generalized statement about the genre, Gunn did ultimately acknowledge that it isn't a monolith. There are people trying to do some different things with superheroes, he said, so it's not 100% a rule that everybody isn't, but a lot of superhero films are boring. So that's why he's calling The Suicide Squad not just a regular superhero film. He wanted to do something different. He wanted to make it a big war film with superheroes or villains in them. And he wanted more practical special effects because I guess he's really tired of the silly looking CGI explosions. Which makes me wonder, what are his thoughts on Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which he hasn't yet shot, and for the future DC projects that he may or may not be tackling next. Alright, let's check on Black Adam. Black Adam had a little more things to say about, Black Adam and his comparison with Superman once again. This is what he had to say. "Black Adam has all the powers of Superman, but the difference he is blessed with magic, and also by a code of ethics in the world of superheroes. They don't kill the bad guys, but Black Adam does. There are a lot of elements that made me feel this is a real opportunity here. I felt like everything that I had done in the past in terms of my career, all the movies that I had done over the decades, even the ones that didn't do well, all led to this particular role." That's interesting. So he really feels this is the culmination of his entire career, Black Adam. So it must be a killer project. Hiram Garcia, president of production at $7, had this to say about Dwayne The Rock Johnson: "This is our shot at the superhero space. I've seen DJ in all versions of great shape, but the shape he got in for this movie, he just takes it so seriously. The character, the physical approach, and what he's put into his training, his diet, to see him change his body in that way, he takes great pride in not needing a muscle suit. And it does make sense because he's such a physical guy. I mean, look at him, right? Working out all the time. He really wants to show his probably most prized possession, his body. It just looks like it, so he's definitely not going to hide it under padding. He's like, I don't need padding. I'm Black Adam. I am a superhero. Out of the suit. But definitely still hinting at Superman there, whether or not that means Superman will make a cameo or not, or he's pushing for a toe-to-toe against Superman one day, or in Black Adam, crossing all fingers, but we'll see. But it does sound like that's the end game for him. He's not talking about Shazam at all. He's like, no, I'm going straight to Superman. That's my end game. Alright, let's talk about Batgirl. Now, I did a video the other day where they had 4 top contenders for Batgirl. It was Zoe Doyle, Haley Lou Richardson, Leslie Grace, and Isabella Marquette. But the one that won the role from the other 3 contenders was Leslie Grace. Leslie Grace, recently the new star of In the Heights, wrote on Twitter today, I am beyond excited to embody Barbara Gordon, your Batgirl. I cannot believe what I'm writing right now. Thank you, DC, for welcoming to the family. I'm ready to give her all I've got. Now, a lot of reports are saying that this is definitely the 3rd Latina girl that has been cast in a DCEU role. The other ones are Rachel Zegler over in Shazam and Fury of the Gods, and of course, Sasha Calle as Supergirl. Now, I don't think any of those girls could have done the part, but it's interesting they picked Leslie Grace. I'm wondering which universe is she coming from? And obviously she can be in any of the universe with the current Jim Gordon at right now. You know, she could still definitely be the daughter of J.K. Simmons. She could be from Pat Hingle's world. But a lot of people are wondering if she actually is the daughter of Jeffrey Wright's version of Commissioner Gordon coming from Robert Pattinson's world. Or she could be from another world altogether that, you know, we don't ever see Commissioner Gordon at all. But if she is coming from Matt Reeves' Batman world, then that's interesting. Either this is another spin-off like GCPD, or possibly the Catwoman series that's spinning off from Matt Reeves' The Batman going over to HBO Max. But I'm thinking, is that just a lot of spin-offs from one movie? Like, every movie was supposed to have like a spin-off series or spin-off movie over on HBO Max. Wonder Woman 3 was supposed to have that Amazon's movie or series that goes on HBO Max. The Trench, I think, was supposed to be Aquaman spin-off, but, you know, that's gone now. Peacemaker is a spin-off from the Suicide Squad. So what will be the spin-offs from the Flash movie? And I'm still thinking it's gotta be Batgirl. So Batgirl may still be introduced from the Flash movie, which makes it a lot more open-ended in which universe she's actually from. I don't know, take your bets. Who do you think her dad is? And of course, you know, with every casting, whether it be Superman, Batman, or Wonder Woman, or even Batgirl, we're always wondering, what's the suit gonna look like?